Hey, hold on. Oh, hey.
Hey,
I couldn't hear the sound that time.
I think we're both here. Oh, I heard sound. It was good. It was wonderful.
Stream
And
element.
thanks to everybody joining in for finding the Geek Spot.
That's enough of that. Let me see if I hear this one. I do. I hear that one.
Yeah, look, oh, all right.
Yeah, that
This
one.
is why you weren't allowed on the podcast last week,
This is
Frank.
why. Hi everybody.
That's why Dom
Remember me?
voted and said no Frank.
Remember me? It's Frank.
What, you have some trouble last week or something, Frank?
I blanked last week out. Like I blacked it out. It's last week was my Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, the thing that you just want to forget about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you at? I gotta pod you up. I'm using technical terms now. Podding.
Yeah, it's good. I can also do that. I have buttons and knobs and switches.
Oh, so here we are. I have all kinds of shit from last week. I have all kinds of some shit for this week, but mostly it's the last week's shit that you probably already started.
I'm sure you listened intently last week to make sure we don't have duplicate content, but
I dipped back and forth. How was your week and a half? Almost 2 weeks.
My like 3 weeks, because I didn't really give a recap of what I was up to before.
Well, so I have at the start of the show for last week holiday chatter.
Well, there you go.
We didn't.
Yeah, so holidays. I think I did mention, had some illness running around through the house and back and forth. Everybody's good now, and we kept busy. I was steady doing gigs through the holidays. Played a cool little place this past Saturday called Rosalie, making my debut at Barnaby's Aston Wednesday night this week, and then at
They still have a Barnaby? Oh, I know. I think I know where that is.
Yeah, and then I'll probably be at Chamber 19 on Saturday, but let's see what happens with the Eagles playoff game that may or may not jam up my weekend.
Yeah, I think that's gonna put a monkey wrench in a lot of people's Saturday nights.
Yeah, luckily the place I play does not have a TV in that room, so I might be okay.
Yeah, but just nobody will be in that room.
That's fine.
Fortunately.
That's fine. I can play whatever I want then. It'll be all punk rock all night. But other than that, good. I watched a bunch of stuff, but we can catch up on that once we see how you have been, since nobody's heard from you in a month, Frank. Everybody's missed you.
So the holidays were wonderful. I had a nice holiday. New Year's Eve was nice. We went over Jimmy's, did the whole watching the ball drop, and Miley Cyrus. Just, oh my God. Miley Cyrus and Dolly Parton. Let me go back a couple of weeks here. They absolutely killed it on New Year's Eve. Like, it was really, really good.
They were great. The David Byrne, who had no idea where he was, that kept wandering onto the stage, though.
Yeah, that was
questionable.
New Year, new Frank. Yeah, New Year, Frank's actually here.
I feel like they didn't know he was going to pop up on a lot of things, like the duet with Sia. I don't think that was scripted. I think he just showed up with a microphone on stage, and they were like, "All right, we got to let him go."
All right, it's like Anderson Cooper. Oh, he's not allowed to drink anymore on air, but
no, he and Andy Cohen were not allowed to do any drinking on air.
I
don't know that they did not drink off air. Though.
That's because Ryan Seacrest is a wet fucking blanket.
He is. He was very upset that they called him shitty last year.
Well, they're right. But anyway, let me see where else. Then last week I started a new job. It was a week of remote work.
That was when they shut down your internet. Right.
As you can see, I'm in my bedroom now. No longer down in the living room. There's my Phillies towel from when they won Game 5 against the Padres here at home. Wave the towel. And then I was sick. Saturday, Sunday, and most of today. Just regular flu, like cold.
That's fun.
I did not go to the movies as I know you did, but I did catch up and am current on 2 shows. Current on 2 shows.
That's exciting for you.
Current, as in I am right here with you. I watched all 3 episodes of Bad Batch,
Oh, look at that.
and I liked and we will talk about The Last of Us. I did watch the episode.
Wow. All right. That's
So
surprising.
I know, you weren't probably expecting to talk about that.
Yeah, I am. Um, well, I am and I'm not. We'll get there momentarily.
Um, I'm gonna tag off of what Dom and Dylan just said. They both commented that they saw Megan and they really enjoyed it. Megan earned 5 times its budget at the box office in under 2 weeks.
That's great. They picked the right time to release it for sure.
Yeah. Let me get the exact numbers, but the film debuted on January 6th, and the film's 3-day total was 17.5 million, with the holiday Monday bringing in an additional 3.2, bringing its cumulative domestic gross up to 59.2 million. The film only cost 12 million to make.
Good for them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's nice to see that, for horror movies, they're typically fairly low budget.
yeah.
So I'm glad that they've been able to make that money. I've heard great things about it. I'll see when I can sneak back out to the theater. I am still chest deep in beating Gods of War Ragnarok and trying to get caught up on
Oh,
all that
really?
Yellowstone stuff.
Yeah, you're. Well, we can talk about the Yellowstone thing in a minute. Um, you're. Are you playing like the new God of War or the
Oh
old?
yeah. The latest God of War Ragnarok.
Dylan
Wow,
talking about Skin Mask?
$15,000 budget for Skinamarink. Is that
Oh,
like Skinamarink Rinky Dink?
I thought that was Skin Mask for a second.
No, wow, that's a blast from the past, huh? Anybody
Skin
wants to
Mask. Skin Mask was a band a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, was in out in L.A.
that he stops by the podcast every once in a while.
He does. They're still out there. Actually, they're still performing. He
But
went out and did a reunion show with them.
but I will say go check out his new band Gears because they are fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. You can find them on Spotify. Good guys.
Um, yeah, so watching stuff, I watched both of those things. I finished Willow. The finale ran last week.
I did not start that yet.
I'm not surprised.
Mm.
I will say Willow was super fun.
Okay.
It felt more like a old school fantasy show. Like it
Mhm.
had some full budget effects, but it had some not so full budget effects. So you had it's about Mad Mardigan and Sorcia's kids,
Right.
basically, are the stars, and Willow comes back, and you get some other characters, thrown in there for good measure to make like your typical uh, fellowship
The
that
little
goes on the journey, right?
the little midget guys,
No.
the little small people.
No. There's one, maybe two. There's two in the show.
Okay.
That really his Kaya is not around anymore. His wife, but his little girl's still there,
Oh,
and she makes an appearance, and you go through all that. But it was super fun. Which one's that? That's Twitch. You have to get that.
oh, fuck. Okay.
Uh, Nobody's seen that. It's on Twitch. It's fine. Um, just for anybody, nobody can see the comment, so there was a little comment on Twitch that popped up. We'll take care of. But so, yeah. So Willow was a blast. It's not long. None of the episodes are super long. It does have a lot of callbacks to the movie, which
Yeah.
were better done than could have. I could have hoped for a lot of those. Some new characters that were great that they pulled in that they set up for another season. It looks like it might be a 3-season show.
Okay.
So we'll see if it ends up being that long based on how it does with the ratings and everything. Because we'll see if we get like Miss Marvel and anything after the Marvels. Because apparently the ratings for that were awful because they put it out against Obi-Wan. But Willow, yeah, great. It reminded me of the show Legend of the Seeker a lot. I don't know if you remember that show, but it has that like Saturday afternoon
Okay.
fantasy show vibe, like a Xena or a Hercules. Like, that's what it felt like, which were super fun a long time ago. So I would recommend that one though.
Willow, I will actually get to. Sorry, I was trying to do the whole with the thing on the channel thing. There we go. How do I get rid of that?
I don't think you can on Twitch. So yeah, so that Willow was great. Bad Batch, I am all caught up on. Like you said, we'll talk about that in a little bit as we go through. There's not a lot of other news that came out for things. A bunch of trailers have dropped.
Well, as far as news goes, I have all of last week's shit.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Let me see. Let me see if I can blip through this real fast. Adam Rich passed away last week. I didn't mention that. He was the child star of Eight Is Enough.
Yeah,
The little
yeah.
kid with the glasses. I mean, you'll remember that.
No,
No, really?
no.
He also was the voice of the Cavalier in Dungeons and Dragons, the original cartoon.
Oh, there's more news about that coming too.
Yes, yes. The next here I have Avatar shit.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure you've gone to see it by now, right? Biggest movie in the world. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go take some time?
nope. As per last week, it was closing in on the number 6 overall film, which is Spider-Man Far From Home. It's at 1.8 billion
No
now.
Way Home or Far From Home?
Far From Home?
Should be No Way
Far
Home.
from Nugan. Far From
No-
Home. Yes. No, it's steady. It's holding steady. It's really doing it. It's doing it's doing its steady climb.
It's doing what Avatar does.
Yeah, it's doing what Avatar does. I have no interest in seeing it, like, at all.
It's fine. It's the James.
Oh,
Why can't I remember his
Jones?
name now? Cameron
Oh,
has released more information about it and saying that for anybody that did see it, that it looks like they told the first two movies from Jake Sully's perspective and using him as the narrator and the voice behind the movie as you go through. Going forward, that's going to change every different movie.
good.
So the third one will be from the voice of one of the kids. I don't know if it'll be Sigourney Weaver who plays like a teenager.
Because Jake Sully is going to be too old to do the movies.
No, all the movies are done.
That's right. You know what? I saw a post.
Three and four are already filmed.
I saw a post from Edie Falco filmed her scenes years ago, a year or two ago, and she thought the movie bombed. She did not even know.
No, it's been like 4 years since they filmed them all because they filmed them all before it was or when it was announced, which was
She just thought the movie came out and bombed, and she had never heard anything from it. I thought that was hilarious.
yeah, it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in it a decent amount though to not know what was going on with the movie.
She just
But
didn't even
she's
know
also
the movie was
she's
out.
also not really like a young woman anymore. So
She is not. She's not. You leave Carmela alone, okay? Paul Mescal. You know who Paul Mescal is?
I might once you tell me who he is.
He is going to star in Gladiator 2.
As
So what they're doing is this is actually a good thing. So Mescal won't be replacing Russell Crowe's Maximus, but instead he will be playing Lucius, the son of Lucilla, who's Connie Nielsen, and he's a grown man now. Obviously, the story takes place years after the first film ended, but he is Commodus Dominus, whatever.
Dominic Commode.
Yeah, whatever his name
Right.
was. God, why can't I think of his name now? The dude that
I haven't seen the
that played
Gladiator movie probably in 25 years.
played the Joker. The hell?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix. It's his nephew. So he's going to be playing the little kid, Lucius.
Got it.
I have no idea any other news on that, but that is actually
This is Ridley Scott's coming back for this. Isn't
Ridley Scott's coming back to do this. It's going to be a sequel, not a reimagining.
Speaking of not young anymore.
Is that a shot at me already?
No, Ridley Scott.
Oh, yeah, he's old too.
Because I just watched Spaceballs was on over the weekend, so I got the chance to re-enjoy that, and I realized the diner scene. And if anybody watching has not watched Spaceballs, do me a favor, go listen to the podcast version of this.
Yes.
and, go watch Spaceballs now and then come back and finish the show. But the scene in the diner when you get both the WB Frog and the, alien reference, like, back to back. I
Yeah.
watched it, and I'm like, "My kids would have no idea what this is,
No.
any of these
No.
references." They would just think it's weird. Yeah,
Well,
and Ridley Scott is 85.
that's alright, he can handle it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's yeah.
Speaking of Spaceballs, do you know that there's a new comedy coming from Mel Brooks?
I do, it's one of the trailers that dropped this week.
The History of the World Part 2. Part 2.
Yeah, the cast looks fun. I don't think Mel Brooks will actually be in it. Maybe he'll do a cameo, like a
Ah,
Stan Lee style pop in.
he's old. So according to it's 8 episodes, I believe?
Yeah, Ridley Scott is a young man compared to Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Mel
Now,
Brooks is 96.
I'm not gonna read off every single person that's in it because they have a lot of people that are in it for just 1 episode, and that's where you get all the star power, it seems to be coming from.
It feels like a Drunk History
It
is what it like, it's what Drunk History
Yeah,
ended up doing is what it feels like it's gonna be.
like Josh Gad, Jillian Bell, Sarah Silverman, David Duchovny, I'm just nitpicking here, from the Dove Cameron, Danny DeVito, Emily Ratajkowski, Kumali Nanjiani,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
yeah.
Seth Rogen, Taika Waititi, Zazie Beetz, Johnny Knoxville, and Gary Nguyen, if I'm saying that right,
Yeah. Look at you
is
go.
is the Bellman, and he is one of the few that's in all 8 episodes. So it's gonna be a
Did
Hulu
you
show.
say Ike Barinholtz?
I did not.
Okay, because he's one of the main stars.
I'm going off
Him
IMDb, and
Yeah, Ike Barinholtz and Nick Kroll, I believe, are in most of
Nick
it.
Kroll is also in it, yes, and, but these only have them listed most of these people as just 1 episode, and
Right.
I'm sure that that's not, you know.
Yeah, Ike Barinholtz, I think, is in the whole thing.
Okay. I'm excited for that. I was Mel Brooks said he never actually really intended to make a part 2, he just kinda named that.
Look, I will pay to watch Hitler on Ice. I can't
Oh,
wait.
I mean, I'll go back and watch the first one.
Oh, I'll watch the first one any day of the week.
Yeah,
But,
any of his
but
movies.
for sure, I forget what the other one was. I remember Hitler on Ice is the only one I remember from the, opening trailer when they were doing they did the fake trailer at the end for,
Yep,
History of the World War II.
yes. Um, Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? You know him.
Unfortunately, yeah.
He's been in a lot of things. He's gonna be in another blockbuster coming up, this year, I believe, right? I have a
Is that this year? I think it is
I have a
October,
list
maybe.
I have a list of anticipated movies. I know you posted that on our page. I was gonna pull that up and go over it later. He is actually in the running to play James Bond following a meeting with Bond producer Barbara Broccoli.
It's fine. He'd be
He's the
great.
right age, right? He's the right age.
I don't know if he's the right age, but he'd
Well,
be
they
fine.
wanted they wanted a younger person. He's 32, so they
How
wanted
is
I
he
think
only 32 still?
I don't know. I don't know. But they wanted someone in their 30s, I think, to last for about 10 years because that should give them at least 3 movies,
He was 21 when he was Quicksilver? That's crazy.
right? So there's that.
Or no, that was 14. So, he still is in his early 20s when he was Quicksilver. That's nuts.
You did mention last week about Berlanti, right? You mentioned that he
I
said,
did mention that he, signed a new deal.
"See,
He's not the only one.
I listen to stuff." Um, One of the shows on Netflix that I started and stopped and will
Ooh,
continue to yes, new, not a rewatch. This is
oh my god.
completely new.
This is groundbreaking
This is
conversation.
breaking news, and if I had a well, that works too.
Oh, very
Um,
nice.
Kaleidoscope.
Okay.
I watched the first episode or the
Well,
episode
first episode
I watched the one that's listed as number 1 when you
for you,
start the show.
for you,
Oh, I
right?
get so is
It's
it different?
different for everybody.
Now I read that there's multiple ways you can watch this. So the episode I watched was did you watch any of it?
I have not started
Okay,
it
so I
all
won't say
yet,
anything.
but from what I saw, the only episode that is the same for everybody is the end. Every other
Okay,
viewer on Netflix will get a different order for the show.
gotcha. The episode I started at started in jail. That's the
Okay.
episode I started at, and that's without spoilers, I can say that much.
Yeah, it's on the list. Like I said, the wife and I have gotten sucked into Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone. We're really just hate watching it at this point because it's not good. But
You're awful.
Godspeed to all you people that love that show because it is god awful.
You're awful.
It is not
You're
good.
so
It's
wrong.
so bad.
You're so
It's
wrong.
so bad.
I highly, highly, highly disagree with you on this
Oh my god, there's
in
nothing good
every way.
about it. I we are hate watching every episode at this
Oh, I
point just
love it.
because we're waiting for when it seems to get as good as everybody keeps telling me it's gonna be. But so far, oh my
I was
god,
roped
this
in
show is
I was roped in after
trash.
the first episode.
No, no, it's not good.
Yes, you're wrong.
It's not good. It's there's no way that livestock agents are fine to just go around shooting whoever they want with AK-47s any day of the week just because their dad's a crime boss and wants them to do it. It's
Now
crazy.
now was that the big shootout in the intersection?
Yeah, sure. That's one of them. One of the 6 times they wandered around the streets with automatic weapons for no reason as
I'm not
livestock agents.
is there
You know
I'm
what livestock agents do? What
yeah,
they actually do?
yeah, I was watching the Yellowstone. I'm well versed.
Yeah, no, no. They advise people on selling horses. That's all they do. That's their big job.
Not in Wyoming, apparently.
Yeah, no, that's what their job is. And they might as well just bring in like Iron Man or something on the show and make it so that I want to watch it because it's so not good.
I
But all you people that love it, more power to you.
I highly, highly disagree, but that's the beauty of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Well, if look, the only one that's a decent actor is Cole Hauser.
Which ones? Oh, yeah.
That's
So funny, I was
that's
flipping through
that's ripped.
TV.
The rest of them are all and Kevin Costner's Kevin Costner, but the rest of them are fucking awful.
I look, alright, let me say that. One, I was flipping through TV on Friday, and I came across Too Fast, Too Furious, and for a couple minutes could not believe that that was Cole Hauser,
Yeah.
okay? He's not good without a beard. But the voice is
Mm.
the voice, the inflections and certain things he said, I was like, "Oh, shit." Um,
Yeah, I watched him on the Golden Globes
right, and
last week.
he's good, I like him. I know you hate this character, but Beth is my favorite character on the show at the top.
She's growing on me. She's
She's
still just not a good actress, so it doesn't matter.
oh, she's a psychopath. I don't care about her acting.
I mean, almost as bad of an actress as Jax. I mean Casey,
Alright, Casey is eye candy, I think,
but
and that
he's not. But he's so not.
he's but he's a country singer.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Is he?
he will be. He becomes not in the show, but he's a country singer in real life. He did release a song that they played.
Oh well, that's got to be awful.
Um, let me see. Let me take a minute here on the show with you. What about the Cowboys? Do you like any of the Cowboys?
I enjoy most of the Cowboys. The Cowboys are fine,
Okay. Have
except
you
for
met
Jimmy. I haven't needed that story at all. I look, we're 4 episodes into season 4,
okay.
so
Jimmy
we still have some ground to make up.
Jimmy's story gets much better. Um,
Okay.
it does. You've met, oh, I forget her name, the chick that nobody can understand what the hell she's saying.
Yeah, Teeter. Yeah,
Teeter is great. She's sensational.
yeah. I don't mind Teeter.
No. Let me see who else. I can actually tell you that I hate, hate, um, uh, Casey's wife. I hate her.
Yeah, look, it's the show's just Sons of Anarchy on horses. That's all it is.
Unf
And I was not 100% bought into Sons of Anarchy. I watched it because I
Really?
felt I needed to watch it. Yeah, it was fine.
Oh, another show that I'm, you know,
Oh, I know. I know. It was fine.
because the now Sons of Anarchy spinoff,
The
um,
Mayans?
is ending after this next season coming up. They're done. Season 5 is it.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll do another one. They'll call it 2013, and it'll be
No,
fine.
I don't know because Kurt Suiter's not involved in that anymore. He's got his own stuff,
Got it.
that he's going into. Let me see, not that anymore. This is a cool little story before I go to that thing that you texted me that I was pulling up. So because Night Court starts tomorrow, actually, and if you're listening to the podcast version, I can actually say tomorrow, meaning the 17th of January on Peacock Network. I'm actually gonna check it out. I was a big fan of the original show. Um,
I think it's on NBC too. It's
it
just
is on
on.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be on NBC. I'm curious as to how in the hell they're gonna do the John Larroquette character, who totally can't be a character in today's television universe, in any way, shape, or form.
Well, look, he's obviously going to be older,
Yes,
because John Larroquette, God bless him, but he is in his like 70s.
he's old, and
Um,
that's that's what brings me to this little story that I found by accident. Was there was an old rumor going around that John Larroquette was the narrator for the opening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was
okay.
there was a rumor going around that he got paid in weed for recording that. Well, he was asked about it, and he said it's totally true. Hopper gave me some marijuana or a matchbook or whatever you called it in those days. I walked out of the recording studio, patted him on the backside, and said, "Good luck to you." So he actually got paid in marijuana to do the narration for the beginning of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Tells you what voiceover work was like in the 70s.
Right? Right?
Dylan mentioned in Charlie Hunnam got announced for Monster Mania. I did
Hell
see
yeah.
that. Saw Sam Raimi is going to be at Fan Expo coming up in Philly in June.
All right.
He's the first guest they announced. He won't make it till then. It's fine.
No,
No, no. Should we did talk about that? Did you go watch the Evil Dead Rise trailer?
I did not. I missed it.
Not in your wheelhouse.
Not in my wheelhouse at all. No. Nope, not in my wheelhouse. Um, I do we did not get to talk about the Golden Globes.
Well, they were last Sunday,
Right, which we would
and
have
I was
talked
gonna
about
talk about it Monday, but I got a little.
a little sidetracked.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, let's see, we can go over a couple of them.
Or were they Monday? No, I
Highlights.
don't remember. I
Um,
feel like they were. They might have been Monday. I
I
don't
f
remember when they were.
I don't remember either, although I from what I understand, I didn't watch them. I wasn't interested. I wasn't familiar with the
But
host off the
they
top of my
were the
head.
last time we saw Lisa Marie Presley.
It was. That was another one that I forgot.
It was an interview there.
Yeah,
So rest in peace to her. Crazy life. The
yeah,
last bit of that.
cardiac arrest is what they said.
Yeah, yeah, last bit of that legacy. I mean, crazy to think about that. They were Tuesday night, I think, actually.
Yes, it was after us. Um,
Yeah. So that's why we didn't get a chance to talk about
so I'll go through some of the bigger stuff. The best motion picture drama. Avatar was in there already.
it. It was a nominee. Yeah, yeah, they released it to get it in there for that. A lot of the stuff I hadn't seen. The
No,
Banshees of Inisherin did
that
really well
one
through the whole thing.
that one best
Um,
motion picture musical. Fablemans won best motion picture drama. Um,
yeah,
television.
but it also with the Banshee of Inisherin, Colin Farrell also won Best Actor for it. It won for
Oh,
Best Screenplay.
oh wow!
It it swept. It did a number on some people, and it was I had never heard of it. So it's
I
on HBO
saw
Max.
I saw commercials for it. So the Golden Globes is kind of like the Royal Rumble. It's the lead in to WrestleMania. It's the lead in to the Oscars, right?
Kinda, but nobody really. It's really the SAG Awards are closer to what's gonna win at the Oscars because the Golden Globes is all-encompassing. It
Gotcha.
does TV as well as movies and has some really weird, uh, ways that it's broken out for musical and comedy. Like, the what it decides is a musical comedy versus what it decides is drama never really makes sense
Well, yeah,
because it had Everything Everywhere All at Once as a musical comedy.
and Triangle of Sadness and Babylon.
Well, those are comedies. I mean, they're
They're
more
not
comedy than
musicals.
drama.
Yeah, but
No, but it's musical or comedy.
right, but they're all comedies except Everything Everywhere All at
No,
Once.
but I don't even think the Banshees of Inisherin is really a comedy.
Yeah,
It's weird how they have it laid out. Some of the big highlights from it. I don't know how much you got to watch.
none.
Was getting to see Michelle Yeoh win
Yeah, I did watch that on
actress.
YouTube.
And at the same time, for the same movie, you also had, and I don't wanna screw up his name, but I will,
Go ahead. You're
uh, Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once,
short man.
which his speech was amazing. If you get a chance, go YouTube that speech and watch him, just being so thankful that the Daniels, and I say that because it was 2 guys named Daniel that directed and created the movie, recast him, and he was there and he thanked Spielberg for giving him his chance when he was a kid, and then he's like, "I thought I peaked and I'd never do anything again."
Aw,
And now, because he stopped acting to go raise his family, and this was
okay.
the first thing he'd been in 30 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he had completely stopped acting, and then he was like, "All right, everybody's grown. I think I can go do this again," and got this call to go do that movie, and that worked out for him. I mean, the frustrating thing for me with the Golden Globes was, I've heard The Fablemans is great,
Yep, that one
but
best motion
but
picture
it's
drama.
like, all right, great. Let's leave out other things because we need to give Steven Spielberg more awards.
I
It was like he's been nominated for 45 Golden Globes and has won 15 times. I'm like, well, who cares then? Stop
yeah,
giving awards.
um,
Um,
House of Dragons won best television series
which
drama.
is crazy to me because the movies or shows it was up against was
Ah,
so much better,
look, it was up against Better Call Saul,
which is leaps and bounds better that last
The
season. The
Crown.
the weird thing with Better Call Saul for this award season though,
Uh-huh.
is it's not all of the last season.
Oh,
So
really?
because of how they did their break last year, the first half qualified for last year's awards,
Uh,
including the Emmys,
that's
and the second half will qualify for this year's awards.
kinda dumb.
And it was great as a whole entity, but
Right.
neither half was, like, overwhelming.
It went up against that, The Crown, which I might actually have to go and start watching because of all the bullshit that's coming out now.
Well, that'll
Um,
be next season.
right. And it went up against Ozark, which I thought was way better than House of the Dragon, the final season of Ozark,
100%.
and Severance, which I have not gotten to yet.
But Severance is when I watched the clips, I
Yeah,
was like, "Severance should win this hands down."
right.
Because while not my favorite show, it was just a really, really good show. Like, when you watch it, you're like, there's just so much intricacy and so much great acting going on in that show, between Adam Scott and Rosanna Arquette and John Turturro and
Yeah,
Christopher Walken. Like, there's a weird, quirky romance between Christopher Walken and John Turturro,
okay.
like an office it's so weird and awkward and wonderful the way they act through it. It's great.
Uh,
Severance was fantastic, though. I would catch up on that before season 2 starts if I was you.
Best television series, musical or comedy, that's a weird category also. Seems like
Yes.
they just keep throwing musical everywhere they can.
Well, it's because they're not counting musicals as dramas. So if
Right. So Abbott Elementary one, which I heard is actually a really great show, and I keep forgetting that that's even a
it's a Philly
thing.
show too,
It is a Philly show. It went up against, The Bear on FX, Hacks from
which The
HBO.
Bear,
Yeah.
totally not a comedy. Not any aspect of The Bear is a comedy.
Is Wednesday a comedy? Can I is that
Yes.
clear? Okay, 'cause
It's a
that
dark comedy.
okay. That's
Um,
actually on my in my
yeah, but,
looking
like, The
on
Bear is fantastic. As anyone that's ever worked in the service industry, The Bear is unbelievably good, but not a comedy in any way, shape, or form. Though he did win, Jeremy Allen White won from The Bear for Best Actor
that's
in
what
a musical or comedy series, which was great.
I was
S
skipping the rest of
speaking
that
of
to go to that.
speaking of Abbott Elementary, you did get Quinta Brunson one for actress and Tyler James Williams of multiple movies previously, including The Walking Dead, as a show.
Well, my buddy won for best actor in a drama television.
Kevin Costner, he
Kevin
did
Costner.
for that awful show that he's on.
But that beat out this is a hell of a list of actors to beat out was Jeff Bridges in The Old Man.
Who
Um,
was better than Costner?
Diego Luna was sensational in Andor.
Yeah,
Bob Odenkirk, now I haven't watched
deserved
Better
it.
Call Saul, but I know he's good, and Adam Scott in Severance. I mean, that's a really strong list, but you gotta give it to Costner because he might not be around to get the next one.
Jeff Bridges is way older than Costner.
I know, I was kidding. Uh,
Costner also couldn't make it to the award ceremony, and neither Jeff Bridges couldn't make it to the SAG Awards for his
well,
Lifetime or no, he did make it to 'em, but,
did he
like, for the, Critics' Choice Awards that were last night, uh,
Was he in
Dozens
California too?
dozens of people couldn't make it because they all tested positive from COVID, I think from the Golden Globes.
Oh, that's amazing. Uh,
Um,
Best performance by an actress in a television series drama, Zendaya won for Euphoria,
yeah, which, I've heard is phenomenal, but
and
have not watched it yet.
she beat out, Emma D'Arcy from House of Dragon. I don't think she should have been nominated. Maybe,
No.
the young girl was better than her.
Who
Person,
the young girl was hammered on stage.
I
So was the producer that was up on stage with them
I saw that too.
because they totally didn't think they'd win. Uh,
Laura Linney from Ozark, she was absolutely better than Emma D'Arcy.
yeah.
Um, and then Imelda Staunton from The Crown and Hilary Swank from Alaska Daily, which
Well,
I
but Ozark was a TV series musical comedy.
gotcha.
Oh, no, no, no.
No,
Yes.
no, Ozark is listed under television series drama.
Okay, that one is a drama. Got it.
Um,
I've heard Euphoria is really good, Dom. It's definitely on my list to start soon on my HBO Max list to burn through of shows.
one of the winners that got a lot of flack, for winning was, Evan Peters for Dahmer. Jeffrey
Well,
Dahmer.
he got flack for his speech.
Oh, I didn't see his speech.
So his speech, he didn't call out and thank the victims' families.
Okay,
He just thanked everybody involved in the show and everybody that worked on it and this, that, and the other thing and all those people, but he did not give a specific shout out to the victims of the um, families of the victims impacted
gotcha.
through that. So that's why he got his like Amanda Seyfried won for The Dropout, which was cool for her.
Yeah.
Paul Walter Hauser from Cobra Kai.
Which one's he?
He's the guy that got the crap knocked out of him by not Kreese, by Terry Silver, and came back. The D&D guy, the old
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
whose
Yeah.
name I can't remember for whatever reason. Somebody in the chat will
Yeah.
get me on it.
Stingray.
Yeah, Stingray. He won for Blackbird, which is on my Apple TV list to
Oh, no
watch.
shit, did he?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Steven
and a
Spielberg.
couple other ones to hit on there. Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus, which she was great
Yep.
in White Lotus. I think some of the people she was up against may have done a little bit better. Thank you, Dylan, for Stingray.
Angela
There.
Bassett won for Black
Angela
Panther.
Bassett won for Black Panther, which 100% deserved.
Absolutely.
Um, let's see, is there anybody else? Ryan Murphy got like a Lifetime Achievement Award, as did Eddie Murphy. Kate Blanchett won for actress in a drama motion picture.
Julia Garner, Best
She was
Supporting.
not there. Julia Garner won for Ozark.
Yep.
Which well deserved there.
Yep.
So overall, the awards were better than they have in the last few years. The host was okay. He had some real duds.
Yeah. What about the Cecil B. DeMille Award winner was comic favorite Eddie Murphy, who had a great speech about the 3 ways to succeed in Hollywood. And he was like, do this, and keep Will Smith's wife's name out your mouth. It was the first time somebody's actually on a show like that brought that out. And it got a lot of laughs.
But if you watched him give it, he was so straight in his delivery. Like you were
Yeah.
like, I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
he's joke. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, the host had like a lot of duds when he it was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Just saw in the chat, Charles. Yeah, we'll probably, but I know I will probably check out the new Night Court. I was a huge fan of the original.
I definitely will. I want to share this picture real fast.
But yeah, that was it for the Golden Globes. The other one, the best song was Natu, which is from RRR, which is I'm gonna try and watch in the next like 2 weeks because I've heard it's unbelievable.
Okay.
It's a like a 3.5 hour movie. There's an intermission, but
Oh,
it's like an Indian based fantasy that's just badass and amazing from what I've heard. So it's on my list of things to watch because it's going to be nominated for a bunch of awards coming up.
before I go to my picture,
It's on Netflix for you if you want to go find it, Frank. When
Oh.
you're watching, when you're catching up,
Yeah, when I'm catching up.
finishing 1923 up
1923.
with Harrison Ford and Helen
Oh
Mirren.
yeah, that I haven't started. I started
Mhm.
1883, and I actually stopped after the second episode.
Wow,
I saw some spoilers, and I don't want to watch it now.
got it.
Yeah. Let me go back to some of the stuff I have to clean up before I go to the picture list. That I have here. DCU fans petition for Netflix to save the Snyderverse.
Just let the damn thing die.
Please stop. I'm a huge fan of the Snyderverse, but please stop. Sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. Now, I only mention that because isn't it impossible to just sell the Snyderverse to Netflix?
No.
You can really just sell that?
Yeah, yeah. You just sell the streaming rights to it, and sell the rights to it, but then there's no money. Why would Netflix wanna buy it? So the 2,000 people that keep that hashtag alive can go watch what they already have on Netflix? Like, nobody's gonna sign up for Netflix to go watch it.
No. One of the things about the DC universe that I'm finding incredibly refreshing is that you get a bunch of days go by with a whole bunch of rumors that come out, and then it's like James Gunn is actually sitting there waiting with his phone in his hand, and as soon as all these rumors come out, James Gunn goes, "Okay, now I'll reply. No, none of this is true," and he's being upfront with you about it, and even if
Yeah.
he's lying, he's still being upfront and getting out in front of it and saying, "Stop, this isn't true."
Yeah, he's it's refreshing, as you said, to see somebody that's just giving you the news, not letting these rumors run rampant. Unlike, Kevin Feige was like, "Sure, Adam Driver's gonna be the new Mr. Fantastic. Why
Right.
not?"
Um,
Though
as
we did I don't know if you did see they announced, some cast names for Ant-Man Quantumania that prove that we are wrong about,
a lot.
uh, people being cast as things.
I will go over to that in a second. Um, you did see that Ezra
Mm,
reached a plea deal. He pleaded
I
guilty to a
did.
bunch of
I
stuff.
did. I don't know how he's gonna be able to afford his fine.
Well, it's only a $692 fine. He might be a little pressed on that one,
He can sell some bullets. It's fine.
maybe. So he's gonna face, so he's expected to pay a small $692 fine. He'd be required to participate in 1 year of probation. If Miller fails to follow the terms of the probation, which include notification of employment changes and obeying the law moving forward, will face an 89 to 90-day prison sentence. Pled guilty to the burglary case in exchange for a lesser sentence and a lesser charge. So he was convicted of trespassing rather than burglary.
Got it. Well, good for him.
That's, you know, in keeping with the Flash news because you know what? I might start a GoFundMe for Ezra now that Dom mentioned it.
Speaking of Flash, didn't you watch the latest didn't you watch season,
So
8?
here's where we're at with that. Well, this will wrap up our DC stuff. Here's where we're at with the Flash. I was right after Armageddon, right? That's where I stopped because
Yep.
that's when it stopped. And then I picked up and watched the next 2 episodes and then skipped to 18 because it was like pulling my fingernails off with tweezers.
It's so good.
It was so bad.
It's so
I
but
never wanna hear the term "level up" ever again in my life, and I know that for the last episode I have to watch, I'm probably gonna hear it probably 20 more times.
he does level up consistently.
They're
Not only
all
him,
they all talk about it.
then the villains level up, then Iris levels
Oh
up.
my god, dude. So I got to the part where I don't even remember. All I know is that Jay Garrick was dead. Now Jay Garrick's alive. Cool. And then Iris is time sick because the 3 speed people are evil now. So then I just fast forwarded all the way to the last 2 episodes.
Oh, you mean the other forces, not the
Yeah,
speed people, the
whatever.
other
The
forces.
Rock Force, the black guy, the time guy. What's his name? I forget his name. The time guy, the
There's
rock
the
guy.
still force.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can see how much I don't care right now.
There's the still force, the strength force, Captain Planet force,
Right. Now, the
um,
only thing I care about is that
fear force.
my buddy is back. My boy, my favorite is back for the last season of The Flash, and it's the only reason I'm gonna watch the finale is because Stephen Amell's back. Not only is Stephen Amell back, but the real John Diggle is back.
Maybe.
No, no. Well, a John Diggle is back. Kid Flash is back, and Bloodwork, who was not my favorite villain, but you know,
But the actor who plays him,
he's great. I love him.
he just popped up on Doom Patrol too. He's
Did
Mr.
he?
104 on Doom Patrol.
Oh, he's in Heroes.
He's I know.
Suresh.
Yeah, I know.
But so a lot of people kept saying to Stephen Amell, they kept tweeting at him and messaging him and saying, "Well, how can you be back? And Spectre's dead." And he goes, "It doesn't matter how. Just enjoy it." And that's
It's
a great reply. Like, I mean,
you know
because
how?
you
It's a fucking comic book show.
right,
It's
but
however you want.
that's pretty much exactly what he said. He's like, "It doesn't matter how. They called and said, 'Will you?' I said, 'Yes, I'm there.'"
Technically, he's also the Spectre, who is the
Right,
most powerful character in all of DC Comics.
right. He said, "Why doesn't matter, how doesn't matter." Boom.
Whatever, it's a flashback.
And I think let it be a flashback, let it be a flash forward, let it be a present day thing. I don't care. I like him.
I don't know. They need 20 more seasons so that their kids can finally be born and turn
Ugh,
into mess ups.
dude, yeah, maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure that the point that we're at now, the girl is older than Iris and Barry.
She might
Their
be.
their daughter, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be older than Iris and Barry at this point.
She might be.
Because their son's in college in the future. So she's already been on the police force for a few years. So yeah.
All right, real fast, couple of DC things, and then we can go into the shows that we watched. Or not DC, Marvel. Sorry. Um, um, y you had,
Oh, I did get sucked before we get into that. I did get sucked into another show called The Trader that is god awful bubblegum TV.
what's that?
It's hosted by Alan Cummings. It's basically The Mole, but
Okay.
it's all has been American celebrities, like a bunch of Real Housewives people and Big Brother and yeah. Oh, it's awful. But it is enjoyable to watch there.
I did. Dylan brings up. I forgot to mention this also. That James Gunn is letting Matt Reeves, run with Batman 2, and kind of the Penguin TV show is going to lead right into the next Batman movie.
Sure.
So that's a good thing, right?
Whatever year all that comes out is fine. Look, the fact that it
2026.
hasn't even been a year since the Batman came out blows my mind
Yeah.
because
Well,
I feel like that movie was 4 years ago.
it's because it was 4 years long.
It was so long. It's probably because I didn't rewatch it, and I usually end up rewatching a lot of the comic book stuff again. I haven't rewatched anything in Phase 4.
You know what I watched the other day? I'll tell you what
Mm.
I watched. I watched the last episode of Loki.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Just the episode where they were with He Who Shall Be Nameless.
Yeah, he who remains.
Yeah, that too. I just wanted to watch that whole scene because that was a really, really well acted scene, and that gets you up for Ant-Man, which segue looks like it's gonna be about 2 hours and 5 minutes long.
Okay.
Um, they're still shooting,
No, they can't still be shooting anything for Ant-Man. It
yeah,
comes out
no,
in 3 it comes out in 2 weeks.
they were actually, as of last week, they were still doing some, reshoots. Mini
That's
reshoots.
it's insane. I heard they're doing mini reshoots for The Flash, which comes out in 6 months.
Wow, bless you.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, but they named William Jackson's Harper's character,
who's that?
the one that everybody was speculating was gonna be Reed Richards.
Oh, good. Thank God it's
He is Quaz.
okay.
They named,
Did they name
Bill
Bill Murray's
Murray's character, Krylar,
Okay,
and Katie M. O'Brien was cast, and they named her name as Jen Tora.
okay.
So, nobody who we were shooting for previously unless they're hiding somewhere.
No, and so, um, there's a lot of rumor about MODOK, but
Yeah.
is that confirmed, or is that
No.
still just kind of floating out there as a rumor?
The that it is not that it's a extension of Yellow Jacket?
That it is Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
I saw some clips of that. I don't know that it will be. I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
I mean, if it is, great. If it's not, cool. We're getting MODOK.
Yeah. I did see on the non-Marvel tip, Charles just mentioned he watched the Witcher Blood Origins. I saw the first 2 episodes, Charles. I have very similar feelings to that show as I do about Yellowstone, um, which I love the acting and things on it, but it just is not it's not great. It's a slog to get through, and they're only 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Um, I'll finish that soon, though, and give a full review of that, but I can see why it's getting, destroyed online right
What?
now. It's not do The Witcher Blood Origins.
Oh,
It's a great cast. It's not doing well online.
no.
It's not great.
Um, we didn't talk about Jeremy Renner.
I mentioned it briefly.
Looks like he's possibly gonna lose his legs in this, or at least one leg after all
Yeah,
this time
well, if
through.
you saw the size of the snowplow that ran over him.
No, I really didn't. Well, I know how big a snowcat is. They're not small.
Yeah, no, this one's massive,
Ooh.
and the treads ran over his legs.
Oh god, that's
So it was, like,
awful.
multiple tons running over his legs.
Jesus.
Because apparently what happened is, somebody had got stuck, he went to plow them out,
Uh-huh.
and then this snowcat kept running and started moving, and he
Uh,
went to go try and jump into the cab to turn it off
and did not make the
and fell and got run over.
Mm. Ah, that gave me chills.
But he also has a show that just dropped, season 2, last week or
Yeah,
this week, so he's been promoting that instead.
I do wanna actually watch that also.
Oh, yeah, it's a Taylor Sheridan show, he's your boy.
Yes. Okay, now before we go to the last few things, do you remember the Star Wars holiday special?
I do.
It's getting a making of documentary.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Uh,
I find it ironic they're doing a making of when they still have not actually put that out anywhere for
yeah.
people to watch other than, like, YouTube.
It was out once in 1978 on CBS,
Mhm.
once, and I remember watching it. I was very excited as a young 7-year-old, 8-year-old little Frank, excited about the Star Wars being on TV, something you don't get to see very often.
Yeah.
Um, According to comicbook.com, the documentary about the holiday special is titled A Disturbance in the Force and will make its worldwide debut at the 2023 South by Southwest Film Festival. It is currently unknown if the documentary will be released to the public or if it will continue playing at other film festivals. Directed and produced by Jeremy Kuhn and Steve Kozak.
Got it. I think they'll run it at festivals for a while to try and get that viewership up there,
Yeah.
and then somebody will buy it.
Uh,
It'll end up being an episode of The Movies That Made Us or something like that.
it will feature recognizable names such as Seth Green, Weird Al Yankovic, and Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, so they've been filming this for a while then.
Yes. I mean, that's awesome. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll be honest, I'm not a great fan. I still have never actually watched the holiday special.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's the best.
I know, I mean, every year I'm like, I should go YouTube that and find it, and then I don't.
Yeah, it's absolutely the best.
We are getting a Mandalorian trailer sometime during this
We are
amazing football game that's gonna happen tonight.
Let's go Bucks. That's all I gotta say. I
Do
don't want
you?
Tom Brady. I don't want Tom Brady in the playoffs any longer than he has to be, but I don't want Dallas in the playoffs at all.
You don't want an all NFC East
No,
next week?
no. I saw Dom drop a Giants thing earlier in the chat, and
I mean, because
it's
honestly,
good.
you know,
I'm really glad the Giants are gonna get their season extended to Saturday night. I'm really happy for the Giants and their fans and the infamous boat picture that's finally over. But unfortunately for the Giants fans out there, your season ends Saturday night. That's a prediction. Stone cold guarantee.
okay.
Um,
My team ended last night, so
yeah.
yeah.
So before I go show this movies coming list that you posted, we can talk about the fun stuff that we both watched. We could start with the Bad Batch.
Yeah, so you're all caught up, you said, right?
I am all 3 episodes in.
I'm so proud.
I am too.
I enjoyed the callback to the Clone Wars where we got some
There's another Giants fan entered the chat.
where
Thanks.
we got a Commander Cody in episode 3, which was nice to see him back. Oh, now Don wants to bet you.
All right, look, real fast. And if my friend Mike bets on the Giants, it's guaranteed that they're going to lose, number 1, and he's a Giants fan. He's the mush. So,
Got it.
I will bet Dom a quarter.
Hmm. Well, good
One
luck to you both.
1 quarter.
My house has a vested interest one way or the other. I do not really care.
But back
Um,
to your Commander Cody.
yeah. So no, it was great to see him again. I would have done more with that character. I liked him during the Clone Wars series in general. Um, and he was actually supposed to have been in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and got cut. So I
Oh,
wish that he would have been in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
so he wasn't the homeless.
No, he was
Okay.
supposed to be. So he was supposed to have been brought in by Obi-Wan to watch Luke.
Oh, okay.
In his place when he left. It was supposed to be Commander Cody was there to watch Luke, which would have been great.
Yeah, it would've.
But that show was all about what can we do to make this not as good as it could be. So they succeeded in all of those aspects there. The first 2 episodes though were pretty forgettable, honestly. Oh, there you go. If the Giants win, you'll have to wear a Giants jersey on a Geek Spot News episode.
Fair.
I think that's fair, and then we can
I'm not
we can
mailing you
hook.
my I'm not mailing you my Randall Cunningham jersey to wear. You have
Uh,
to find some kind of Eagles gear to wear.
I'm pretty sure I have an old Runyon jersey that Dom can wear.
There you go. That's a fair point.
We can make that happen though. So yeah, Dylan, Mandalorian trailer dropping during the game tonight. That's how we got off on the football tangent.
Yes.
Um, so that'll drop tonight. Hopefully, it's more on time than the Ant-Man one was because that was supposed to drop and it dropped like 2 hours late.
Yeah.
I felt like last week when I was trying to catch up with it, or 2 weeks ago. What did you think of the Bad Batch?
I actually really enjoyed it. I thought there's some good callbacks. Going to Dooku's castle was really cool, and I like um I like the Commander Cody stuff. I liked seeing him back again. I had to do a quick refresher just so I remembered who he was. Um I from what I understand, this season's going to be a really good season. They're going to do a lot of exploring more of how the Empire affects the greater parts of their universe, which is not a lot of stuff that we've gotten so far. We've just got how the Empire has affected the Skywalkers, not the universe as a whole.
Right. I'm excited for where it goes this season. I think
Yeah.
they have plenty of stuff to cover. The season was in the works when the first one aired already.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you knew that, but this was
No.
already being worked on then. Um, and then we got but yeah, the first 2 episodes I thought were fine. It was neat seeing that stuff. I think it pulled from Tales of the Jedi, which was all the Dooku story that
Okay.
they just told recently, which is also on my list. Like I said, I've been in
Yeah.
the weeds in Gods of War Ragnarok for hours every day
I've been playing
because
Hades, so I hear
it
you.
is a very gorgeous and detailed game. Like so good, but it's also so long.
Yeah. It
I
is.
keep being like, "All right, I'm almost there," and I'm like, "Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
nope, because I still have to power up all this stuff, so there's
Mhm.
still a lot to go." Great.
Mhm.
Charles, we talked about the Willow finale early in the show, because Frank's a little behind on it. I thought it was great. I loved the whole series, um, and I thought the finale nailed the landing and set up great for next season, which it looks like they're probably gonna have, like, a 3 season plan, which I hope Disney gives them the money for. You said did you watch something else, Frank, or was it just Bad Batch? What was the other series you're up to date on?
Watch something else. I watched The Last of Us.
That's right.
I actually sat and I watched it today actually, so it's really fresh. I am coming at this from an angle of not having played the video game. Okay? So I don't know the stuff that's the same and the stuff that's mirrors and the Easter eggs. I don't know any of that stuff because I never played the video game. I'm as an Xbox guy. So as a non-video game player of this, I
And
thought
a big fan of zombie movies, don't forget that part.
so look, that was the first thing I said to you when you mentioned it to me today. I was like, I'm not a fan of zombie stuff. And you're right. It's not exactly zombies. It is and it isn't. And it's very real world scary. Like they made it real world, like, "Holy shit, this could really happen this way."
Oh,
And
yeah.
huh?
I said, "Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
100% they did."
and I thought it was so, so, so well acted, heartbreaking, um, I mean, it hit me on it wasn't funny really at all. I mean, there was a couple of ha-ha moments, but, like, other than that, it was like, "Oh my god, this was really of I thought it was a really, really good show. I'll watch every week now."
So let's just see what Dylan and Dom just wrote before I give mine. So Dylan really enjoyed The Last of Us last night. Pedro Pascal stock is heavy right now. Very true.
Big time.
Dom said he was watching a few of the breakdowns. He did a good job taking it from the games, put it side by side.
Okay.
Uh, no, if I remember how to use stuff. Side by side with the game, it's almost perfectly identical dialogue and the way it's shot, which I will agree with.
Did you
Which
play
was
the game?
also part of my yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I made it most of the way through the second one. That's another one. It's just so goddamn long.
What?
Um,
Oh, the game.
yeah, Dom also says hopefully you like it so you won't be scared of Walking Dead anymore.
I actually did really, really, really like the first one.
Uh,
Excuse me.
so yeah, I played the game. I loved the first game. Like I said, second game is great too. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I thought the show was good. I thought it was interesting how they shot parts of it like a video game, and it annoyed me.
Okay.
So there's this scene, and spoilers, anyone, for The Last of Us here, um, for the first episode at least, and the video game that's 12 years old. But in the beginning, when they're riding through the truck, through the town and stuff, like that was
Yes.
100% shot like the video game,
Yes.
100%, and
Yes.
you could tell. And I was like, oh, that doesn't really translate to like TV. Great. Unless you're sitting there, like, and your hands vibrating because you have the controller and like that. Those were the aspect. The tactile piece is what I was missing from this in some of those scenes that were shot like that.
Gotcha.
Um, I thought it was like I'll watch the whole series. I thought it was good how it tied back. I think the game, I liked the game better
Okay.
with the
Fair.
storyline and how they did it than where we're at from the show. But I know you have to do things different. I did love the fact that they cast um Marlene is the
Yeah.
same actress that played her in the game.
Oh, really? That I didn't
Yeah.
know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was great, and the she looked like herself in the game. She looked aged up in the game, and now she's
Right.
10 years older than what she did the game.
Gotcha.
So she's like, I grew into being able to play her.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool that you could do that.
Well, so anytime on HBO, if you're watching on HBO Max or wherever you end up watching,
I watched it on
um,
HBO.
yeah. So if you hold on through the credits, there's always a about this episode,
Oh, okay. I'll have to
which is all. I watched all of them for White Lotus and was completely sold. I watched all of them for House of Dragon too. Um,
I did not watch House of Dragon on HBO.
But all of their shows now have that, like, quick, like,
Oh,
inside
cool. I'll have
behind the
to go look
scenes
for
thing
that.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So they talked a lot about they had her on there, they talked a little bit about, how they shot it and things like that. Like I said, I thought it was good. I hope it veers more from the game and does things that are more television focused
Okay.
and, like, shot like a TV show because like, it's very cinematic in its scope,
Right.
which works for a video game or a movie. But, like, doesn't make sense to me for a TV show when I watch it.
Gotcha.
I also didn't realize that Tommy was, Gabriel Luna
I didn't either at first.
until he was in the after thing, and I'm like, "Who the hell is Gabriel Luna in this show?" I'm like, "Oh,
I
alright."
recognize him
No.
without the fire on his head.
Um, but yeah, look, it was, I'll obviously, we'll keep watching it, we'll see how it goes in the next few
Absolutely.
weeks and how much they pull to and not from the game and things like that. I
Yeah.
hope it veers off a little bit. The base story is one of the better zombie stories that's been told in decades.
That sounds
Um,
interesting.
I also didn't realize how old the guy from The Mummy has gotten at the beginning and Agents of Shield.
Which guy's that?
The professor at the beginning talking about talking about fungus.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Jonathan, what's his name?
Yeah, I know who you mean. The English guy.
John Hannah.
Yeah, the English guy. Well, the guy next to him, the tall guy, He
Yeah,
was in a lot of the Stargate shows. Like, he was in Stargate Atlantis, and he's been in a ton of stuff.
got it.
He was in, that short-lived series that Amanda Tapping did, Sanctuary. He was one of the main characters in that.
He was also in Peacemaker
He's in Peacemaker also, yes.
because
Yeah.
he was the sheriff in Peacemaker.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
He's a big time character actor.
Yeah, he's been in thousands, hundreds,
Yeah.
and I bet if I hit his filmography, 133 things.
Woo! Man,
Probably Sons of Anarchy. I bet he was in. He looks like a guy who's in Sons of Anarchy for an episode or two.
maybe, maybe
Yeah,
he shows up in
I bet
Yellow.
he's in. I bet he's in Yellowstone. Yeah,
Maybe he will be.
yeah.
Um, well, when you're finished, I'll go with the
I'm good. I'm good.
the last thing I'm gonna share that picture real fast. I'm gonna run through the stuff that's coming out this year, and we don't really have to spend more than like 5 minutes on this because it's just a graphic. Um, this is you are sharing without sharing. Yeah, I know.
Ooh, sharing without sharing. That's
Let's
fun.
let's pop this up here ahead of us. So this is all the stuff coming out. If you want to get rid of that Last of Us thing,
I do. I do
this
want to
is
get rid of it.
this is all the stuff coming out this year, right? So we're already past Megan. We got Ant-Man on February 17th. I'm actually really excited for that one. Cocaine Bear, I'm not as excited for. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there you go. Um, Cocaine Bear, I don't think I'm really excited for Cocaine Bear.
Are you
Um,
kidding me?
I mean,
Oh my god.
kinda
Cocaine
am.
Bear looks it
Like
looks so good.
I kinda am. Like I
It
really
looks so good.
it does look really good. Creed 3, I'm the more I read about it and how it looks like Sylvester Stallone first said he didn't wanna be in it, then he said he wanted to be in it. Um, let's you know what, Dom? We'll count as we go about the stuff that I'm gonna actually watch on this list. I'm gonna count this as we go, and I'll tell you, 'cause that's a good little game to play. Megan, no. Ant-Man, yes. That's 1.
On the first
Cocaine
row, Frank will see 2 of the first 5 movies.
Cocaine Bear is a maybe.
You
Creed
won't watch
is
Cocaine
yes.
Bear, it's
I
fine. I know.
will.
You'll see Creed and Quantumania.
Scream, probably not. I'm not
N
looking forward to
no,
Scream.
I've heard the last one was amazing, and this one looks like it's supposed to be good too. I'm gonna have to catch up on the last one still.
Um, Shazam,
Yep.
I'll watch it.
Yep.
John Wick, I will after I watch the 3rd one. I just haven't gotten around to that one. Dungeons& and Dragons, I really, really, really wanna see because it seems like everything I've heard about that is that they're staying really close to the source material, and they did
Oh,
a lot of research.
really?
Yeah, with the monsters and a lot of the lore. Like,
Oh,
they did a
I
lot of research
I feel like it doesn't look like that at all, but okay.
that's what they said.
Mm.
Um,
I will see 2 of the first 5 at least in the theater.
that would be Ant-Man and Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
Okay.
second row.
As in the theater, I'll see 2 of the 2nd row in the theater.
I'll probably see 3 or 4 of the second row in the
You'll
theater.
take the kids to see Super Mario, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll probably take them to see Dungeons& and Dragons too because they both play.
I mean, I might go with my kids to see Super Mario because they're into that. Evil Dead is
Actually, I will
not
probably take my kids to see Shazam, Dungeons& and Dragons, and Super Mario in the second row.
Super Mario, I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not like, chomping at the bit at it. As far as that, but I'll see it. So I'll write that and Dungeons and Dragons. Um, Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously, right? Fast X,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Nope.
You can't keep me away from Fast
Yep,
X.
yep, didn't watch the last 9, I'm good.
We could do a rewatch.
No, no.
Here, let me sum it up for you. You drive fast, family. Now we're secret agents, family. Nobody can beat us up, family.
Right,
Oh,
right,
Paul Walker died, family.
right. Wear wife beaters to your wedding. Yeah,
And
got it.
I am Groot, family.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid?
May's a big month for Vin Diesel.
It really is. Um, Little Mermaid?
No, I won't go see that.
No. Spider-Man? I will actually see that when I catch up to it.
Yeah, I'll go see it, yeah. Look, the first one was incredible, and you'd have to pay me to keep me out of the theater to see the second one because the first one in the theater was unreal.
Transformers: Rise of the
Yeah, no. I'm watching on a plane in 2 years, like I did
I'm
the
in right
last 3 of them.
now. Oop,
You scroll down? There we go. Oh, let's see.
So,
Oh,
that
I
row,
feel good about this row. I
you
will
feel
see
good about.
I will see I probably will not see Elemental, but The Flash, I mean, I gotta go watch the train wreck.
I will see that. I
That's
don't
a
know what
busy
the
month, man.
it is. June
That's
is.
mm,
I will see almost every movie on that list, or on that in that month. I will see The Flash, I will see Indiana Jones, I will see Mission Impossible, and I am gonna go see the Barbie movie
yeah,
because I have to see what the freak that is.
I don't think I've watched Mission Impossible in the theater since the first one, and, but the this one so before Avatar, there was a trailer for Mission Impossible and a trailer
Yep,
for Oppenheimer. The trailer for Mission Impossible,
looks
was
great.
more behind the scenes,
Yep,
and it was Tom Cruise literally driving a motorcycle off a cliff like a dozen times and then
yep,
parachuting off.
yep,
Crazy.
yep, I'm in. I'm a big Tom Cruise fan as far as his movies go. Um,
Um, I'll probably
Oppenheimer?
see yeah, I'll probably see 3 or 4 of that row
What
in
is
the
Oppenheimer?
theater.
What I don't know.
It's about Oppenheimer, the atomic bomb.
Oh, yeah, I'll see that. I'll see the Marvels.
I won't
Really.
see Oppenheimer in the theater. Oppenheimer is a, what's his name? Did, Batman. Christopher Nolan. Oppenheimer's Christopher Nolan, so
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I probably will definitely see that.
I'll see the Marvels and Blue Beetle and maybe Craven.
I will not see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Kraven in the theater unless I see something really good about Kraven coming up because that just doesn't look
Yeah, like,
intriguing.
the Venom movies were fine in the theater. The Sony stuff's usually okay.
Yeah.
Dune, I don't know. It depends on how
No,
long it is.
I didn't see the first one
I
yet.
watched the first one on a plane to Jamaica.
No, I heard it was good.
It was fine. It's not a first one. It's just, like, they just stop.
Right.
It was like, "Hey, we're gonna make another one of these. Ready? And we're gonna do that now." And they just it just movie just stopped, and you're like, What do you mean?"
Um, Wonka, I don't really have a desire to see that. That's the Timothée
I don't
Chalamet
that's
one, right?
it's a remake, right? It's like it's nothing new. It's just
No, it's a prequel.
oh, no, I don't care.
It's a prequel.
Dylan's still demanding a refund for
I hope you get it.
Morbius.
Uh,
Oh, and Dom, really excited for Blue Beetle. Uh, I
Cautiously optimistic?
no, I've said it before, and I will say it 1,000 times. Ted Kord is my Blue Beetle or Dan Garrett,
No.
but I'll go Ted Kord. Jaime Reyes is great, but I don't need all the it's Iron Man. Like,
Yeah,
it's all it is now with the Blue Beetle. It's Iron Man with a alien talking to him instead of Jarvis. And I like the guy in the suit with the money. It's the original Ted Kord one was just Batman
right.
without bats and without quite the insanity problems. So, but I really enjoyed that character, and then the fact that you could have teamed him up with Booster Gold and like there's so much opportunity there. And I don't know if you cast Zach Braff in the movies for it, but that'd be great.
Mm. Um,
Oh, there is that save too. So
what?
there's also speaking of Blue Beetle and Zach Braff and Booster Gold. So Legends of Tomorrow, they're trying to save it on Pluto TV.
I saw that.
Which God, I hope that James Gunn lets him do it and says, "Sure,
Yeah, go nuts.
here's the rights to it. Make another seat. Just let him wrap it up, man."
I
Like they were
I
so
would
set
love
up, and
that.
like that cast was so good, and just enjoyed that show so.
Yep.
And you came across in every episode like how much they enjoyed making the show.
Yeah.
It just it. I really hope they give them a chance to wrap up those storylines for those characters. They deserve, even if it's just like a mini series, like 4 episodes. Give them something.
Um,
Anyway,
Final 2 is yes and, I maybe.
I mean, the first Aquaman was great in the theater. I'll go see
It
this one.
was.
I'll probably see 2 to 3 of the bottom row. I might see Dune because
I
I did enjoy the first one. It was really long,
I wanna
and
see what comes out if any information about what Gunn's doing post Aquaman,
yeah.
then we'll see if I wanna bother with this in the
So,
theater or not.
so do you think we're gonna get a year with only one DC? Do you think the only DC we're gonna get in 2024 is gonna be the Joker movie?
At the moment, yeah, because I think Batman starts filming this year at some point. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Frank's gonna have to watch Dune now,
I
Jasmine.
am well,
He's
no,
gonna watch it, and you 2 can talk about it.
I will at some point watch it. It's
It's
in
on HBO Max
I
till
can't
Zaslav pulls it.
I can't keep rot I gotta finish God, I can't even talk about what I have to finish. I have to finish.
Dom will let you know.
Alright, Dom.
On
Um,
that, yeah, so we'll
yeah,
we'll
we
we'll
should
we'll
go.
wrap it up with that. So, hey, thanks everybody for finding the Geek Spot. As always, make sure you make sure you tell a friend they can listen to us here live most every week at 7 o'clock, or you can catch our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. If it is on Apple, drop us a 5-star rating, give us a review. Helps more people find out about the show. And other than that, you can catch me at jackkidmusic.com. And Dom will continue to throw shade at Frank while we're on still with what Frank has to finish everything. So true. So,
Yes, I will.
but you can catch me this week at Barnaby's in Aston on Wednesday, and it's Geek Spot News on Spotify to answer Jasmine's question.
Geek Spot News.
And you can catch me Saturday probably at Chambers 19, and that's it for me.
Oh, you know where you can catch me this week? Real fast?
Yeah.
The 19th. If you happen to be in the tri-state area, Cooper, what's it called? Cooper's
Riverview.
Cooper's Riverview up in Camden. It's the good part, or Trenton. It's the good part of Trenton. It's right on the waterfront. It's a U2 tribute band, and that probably turned off half the chat.
Mysterious Ways.
Mysterious Ways is a very, very, very couple of good friends of mine that have done that, and that's where I'll be.
That's
on the
this Thursday
19th.
night for anybody trying to
Thursday
figure out when
night.
that is.
January 19th at 7 p.m.
All right. Thanks everybody for finding the Geek Spot with us. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.